Hi, and welcome back to Wisdom from the Angels. Hi, my name is Carolyn, and I want to welcome each and every one of you. If you are new to the channel, please hit the subscribe button and the bell next to it so that you'll get email notifications of videos when I upload, and I upload all the time. Okay, if you are returning, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you, and I'm so glad that you came back. I hope that everyone is safe, that you're healthy, that you are, if you're on the east side during the snowstorm, you are inside and warm. And if you are in other parts of the world or the country, that you are still staying safe. Okay? All right, so we're going to get into the reading for today. And also remember, it is Monday, so we're also going to do the high vibe reading for the week. But we're first going to do the daily reading. And welcome to February. Wow, we are zooming through 2021. And it is also Black History Month. So get ready because it's a really exciting month. We are in the energy of Aquarius. And last week we had the new moon, the full moon in Leo. So we have a lot of energy going on, and we also have Mercury retrograde began on Saturday. Been in the shadow for the last week to 10 days, but now we are fully in Mercury retrograde, and it is going to be intense. So step back, stay calm, and observe. That is the best use of this energy right now. Part of it is that the energies are intense. We are still clearing out a lot of the energy from 2021. Okay? Upcoming, we have a new moon on the 11th in Aquarius, and then we followed by the end of the month, 27th, I believe, with the full moon in Pisces. So we're going to have some interesting energy here in February. Okay, we also have the we have the 4th of July. Oh my goodness, we have Valentine's Day on the 14th. So if there's any kind of relationship that you're in, just be kind, watch your words, because we are, like I said, in Mercury retrograde. And as you know, the planet Mercury rules communication, it rules travel, and it rules how we get along with each other. So, between all of these energies that are going on, just be aware, okay? February 20th, we have Mercury coming out of its shadow, out of its retrograde period and going direct. And at that time, we'll have 6 planets in Aquarius, and all of the planets will be direct. So, what does all this mean? Get ready to manifest. Let's get ready to manifest. Let's use that energy last week of the full moon in Leo and start to release. Let it go. Let it go. You don't need it anymore. Let it go. And let that feeling integrate into you. Okay? So, whatever's coming up, surrender it. Let it go. And start to think of what is it that you truly, deeply wish to manifest. What is it that you'd like to see more of in your world? What would you like to be able to truly embrace? Okay? And we're going to talk a little bit more. Maybe I'll do a reading on Mercury retrograde so that I can do it from the way of learning how to use the angelic energy. Also, too, remember, we have co-hosts, Lady and Coco. So if you hear them barking, they're fine. They're saying hello to their friends, and they have a lot of them, and they come by a couple of times a day to say hello to them. All right, but they're fine otherwise. Okay. All right. So before we get into the read, we are going to clear the energy with the singing bowl. Okay. So here we go. All right, so Last week we lost a legend, Cicely Tyson. I can remember seeing her in the movie Sounder. I was a little girl, and I didn't always understand that people were acting. I thought they were just telling their story. And I can remember at watching every movie where she was the main character, and she really showed up as that character, and she embraced that energy. And what a wonderful, wonderful career she had that spanned decades. And I'm really glad that she was here on the planet with us. And now that she has transitioned, job well done. All right, so yeah. Before I pull any more cards, because I got off on that, I did not call in the angels. So we're going to put that card right back in the deck, and we're going to call on the angels, okay? And we do that. I do it by holding a rose quartz in my left hand today. I'm going to do the heart link, which is bringing our middle finger and thumb together, which connects us to the angelic realm. Okay, so the simple prayer is, or the simple invocation, if that works better for you, because this is non-religious, this is spiritual. Angels, accept my heart link invitation and join your energy with mine. Also, we're bringing in the energy of the archangels, the ascended masters, our higher selves, our guardian angels, our spiritual teams, and beings from all dimensions, space, and time. Angels, thank you for showing up. Thank you for all you do in our lives. We are so grateful and thankful for all of our many, many, many blessings. And thank you, 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 thank you. All right, let's see what Spirit is talking to us about today. All right. I'm getting a flood of creative things to do. I keep reminding me, but I'm just one. They're like, you got this. I'm like, okay. So today I always tell you which decks we're going to be using. And today we're going to be using a new deck for me, the Empathic Oracle. And this is by, okay, glasses time. This is by Steve Wilson and Michelle Matuzas. We're also going to be using the Shamanic Healing cards, and this is with just Michelle Matuzas. Apologize for saying your name wrong. And we're going to do The Magic of You by Fiona Horn. Okay, this is a new deck that I got last week from a good friend. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start with them. I have already done the pre-shuffle, and so now I'm asking which deck to start with, and it said The Magic of You. Okay, and they're saying that I may not need all of them today. I may not need all of the decks. Angels, what's the message, angels? What is the message? Give us a message, give us a message, give us a message. Angels, bring in the message. Okay. 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 Alrighty. Very interesting. Very interesting, the cards that have first come out. They're saying go ahead and pull from all three decks, because then it'll make more sense. And this is just the Monday daily reading. Angels, what is the healing guide? What is the healing card? 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 What is the healing card for this message today? This is our Monday message. What is the healing card? What is the healing card? Okay, right there. Alrighty. Another interesting card. And angels, send in a healing message for today. Healing message, angels. Healing message, angels. Healing message, healing message. They said take the bottom one. Okay. Alrighty, so interesting. All right, so the first card that comes out is the card number 8. And you know the number 8 is about infinity. When we turn it on its side, we get the infinity symbol. This is card number 35. When we add 3 and 5 together, we get 8. Vertigo. It says, whatever you choose will be correct. So if someone is out there making a decision, they're saying whatever you're choosing is going to be the correct decision at this time. And that it is important for you not to second guess. Don't spend a whole lot of time, they're saying don't spend a whole lot of time searching for the answer. You already know within you what is correct for you. You also don't need to go to your friends, social media, or anyone else and ask. Sit down, get quiet, center yourself, and really ask yourself, ask your angels to show you what is for your highest and best good. That is what is coming through very clearly. The next card is going to be number 23. When we add the 2 and the 3 together, we get a 5. As we talked about, 5 is the number for 2021. And this is about what? What is the number 5 about? Were you paying attention? Change. Okay? So this is saying panacea. There is a solution to every problem. So if there is a situation that you are really trying to make a good decision about, they're saying whatever direction that you choose to go in is the right one at this time. Now, if you ask the same question next week, it might be a different answer. But the question that you're asking about today, or the situation you're asking about today, they're saying make a decision, take action, ask for angelic help, support, and assistance, and know that you are on the right path, that it is time to change something. It may be to change how you're responding to something. It may be to change how you're seeing something, your perspective. It may be how you are also, they're saying, beginning to resonate with it. That's a good word. And integrate it. That you might need to just examine it. Is it the right thing for you? You know, oftentimes we go to our friends and say, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? And sometimes we take that committee's decision and make it our own. They're saying, no, stop. Whatever decision you're making for you, it is the right one for you. You don't need anyone else's input right now. And to trust that that decision is the right one, because you are overcoming. Things are shifting. Things are changing. And that was what the energy is about. January was more of going through the old, reviewing the old, dealing with the old. And we saw that play out on the political scene here in this country. We saw it play out in many other areas of our life. February is really about us stepping into new energy. Now, you have a choice. You don't have to. You can stay where you were, and you can stay stuck. You can stay in the element or in the energy of fear. Okay, so let's go back. I'm going to just review quickly for people who are new or maybe you've forgotten. There are 2 driving forces on this planet: fear and love. Fear is about distrust, stress, worry, doubt, revenge, resentment, anger. Love is about joy, curiosity, being at peace, calm, inquiry, enlightenment, bliss, joy, harmony, and love. Decide which one you want more of in your life. Now, if you're running around going, you know what? I want so-and-so and so to hurt. I want this to happen to them. I want that to happen to them. Watch your words. Because the universe is always listening. And what happens is it reverberates back on you. And it will hurt you. Don't have to believe me. You can try it if you want to. If you feel like you want to test it out and you want to get hurt, go ahead. You have only yourself to look at in the mirror when it hurts. So let's get more conscious about what actions we're taking and what we're putting out into the world. Let's get more conscious about, I'm hearing, how we treat each other. Sometimes when we're trying to make a decision, ask the question, what is the kindest thing I can do for myself? And listen to the answer. See what comes back. See what really starts to show up, because what you might decide is, I can't get a clear answer right now. So what's wrong with waiting? You don't have to wait forever. You'll get an answer eventually. But sometimes there are things being handled behind the scenes that we're not supposed to know about yet. But you can still make a decision and go start off in a direction. And if you feel like after you've started off in that direction, hey, that wasn't a great way for me to go, you can always change your mind. That's the great thing about being a human being. We have the ability to change our minds and do something different. Okay? But always decide, am I responding in fear, out of fear? Am I responding out of love? Now, that doesn't mean that there won't be days, times, and maybe hours on end where we feel challenged, where we feel anger. But we don't have to live there. And always trust your voice. And if you've aligned your energy to a higher vibration, which we're going to get into in the high vibe read, your messages are going to be of love. They're going to be on the love side. They're not going to be on the fear side, because the fear side keeps us stuck and it keeps us down. We want to rise. Wait, I got it right here. Remember I talked to y'all about this? Getting my glasses out. I made a copy for you. The map of consciousness. I'm going to do a video on this doggone thing. Because if you look over here, you see the red. These are the things that are all about lower vibration. This is a lower consciousness. And down here we do see tragic, hopeless, fear, apathy, guilt, shame, blame, humiliation, anxiety, hate, withdrawal, destruction. Yeah, we see it. It's right here. This is Hawkins' map of consciousness. I'm going to do a video on this one this week. When we start to raise our vibration, see it says on the side, weak. That's when you feel like you're forcing something. This is when you're in your power and you are strong. When we are strong, we can forgive, we can be optimistic, we can transcend whatever is going on, and we have a greater acceptance. Sorry, I'm dropping notes all over the place. All right, the next card that's coming up is called Maximus, and it's number 6. The number 6 is about harmony. And it's the note on here is, how can you feed others when your own table is empty? In other words, how can you show up and be there for others? How can you show up and be authentically you in your relationships, in your life, when you are empty yourself, where your energy has been so drained that you have nothing left? And, you know, I just said the number 6 is all about being in harmony. It's all about love. It's all about how do we treat ourselves and how are we in relationship with others. You cannot start out on a new relationship with someone else until you have a solid, firm foundation with yourself. Now, if you want to be in a relationship with someone else and you don't really care about being in a good relationship and a good place with yourself, go ahead. Go ahead. And when there's fallout, when there's disappointment, frustration, anger, and all of those things start to come up, stop and think. Did I start this relationship from a place of being in harmony with myself? It's a thought, just a thought. And this card that comes up is, if we look at it, the healing card is the desert, if I'm seeing it correctly. Yes. The desert. What's in the desert? What lives in the desert? Lots of animals. And this is when we feel like we are in the desert. It is when we can do our deepest, deepest work. It's where we can unearth the things that are bothering us, the things that are rising up to show fear. When we start to really look at what exactly it is that we are focusing on, we have, as human beings, the ability to shift what we're thinking of. And when we decide to shift how we're thinking of something and feeling about it, we can make a different choice. Remember, whatever you choose is going to be right. But first, what do we have to do? We have to really think about it from a place of, are we in alignment? Because remember, there is a solution to every single problem out there. There really is. Now, what you can do is ask the angels. Ask the angels. You know what? Heart link. Remember, that's when we join our fingers together. And we can begin to ask them, am I in alignment with my assignment? And we can ask, what is it that I can do that is for my highest and best good? And we can also ask the question, what is it that is keeping me stuck? Because a lot of times we can't make a decision and we can't make up our minds about something because some fear is keeping us stuck. Are you ready to move past your fears? Ask yourself that. And ask yourself, say, hey, you know what, fear? I'm going to set you over here to the side for a minute. I can come back to you if I want to. Now I'm going to go over here to this side. What is the kindest thing I can do for myself? That's the question you can ask. And what's coming up here is it's saying you often when we are on a journey, we don't stop to look at all the options. We don't always stop to think about, what is it that I could do differently? What is for my highest and best good? Like I said before, asking our friends and going back and forth with what our friends think, that's not always the best idea, because our friends think they may know best for us, especially if you got some Leos in your life. But what is it in your life that has lost appeal? Are you tired of struggling? Are you tired of being overwhelmed? Are you tired of feeling unlovable? Have you had enough of telling yourself you're not enough when you know that is not the truth? What is it that you really want to shift out of? Because when this card shows up, it is saying time to shift. And that's what February is all about. It is this shift month. What do we want to shift our energy out of? Because the next card that's coming up is glasses. Number 14. What? Again, the numerology, 1 and 5. Change. All about change. What is February? What is the month? What is the year about? Change. When you take the numbers of 2021 and add them together, you get 5. Change, which means that February is when we start to really move in alignment with what we are to do. If you take each month of the year 2021 and you start to look at it of what your goals are, start to map them out. How would you like to feel at the end of this year? So let's start with that question. How would you like to feel at the end of this year? Now, do what they call, we call it in coaching, reverse engineering. Now, what step do you need to take first? So that should be February. What step are you going to take in March? What step are you going to take in April? So what I did was, I can tell you from my own life, I decided to start a fast in January. Got to tell you, I did it before and it was easy. January wasn't so easy. Yesterday I decided, you know what? I'm going to push my start back date till today. And I'm doing a fast. You can still eat grains and vegetables and fruit and water and nuts, no dairy, no bread, things like that, no ice cream. One of my biggest things that I do love. Anyway, and no meat, which is good for me because I don't eat meat. But what they're saying is, what are you ready to step into? How are you willing to really, I keep hearing engineer your life. In other words, are you ready to really take the reins and step into your power? Stepping into your power in 2021 is going to set you up for a decade of nothing but success. You have the energy of the full moon in Leo. What is Leo all about? Leo is all about action and forward movement and being passionate and bold. So what are you ready to be bold about? What are you ready to step up and be passionate about? What are you ready to step up and grab hold of and really take off with? Start to write these things down and flush them out. What are you ready to let go of? What are you ready to forgive? Because forgiveness is a big part of life, and it's about forgiving ourselves. Not because we're bad, not because we have done something horrific, but just, you know what? I forgive myself for having that thought. And I know I promised y'all one on forgiveness, so I'm writing that down too. We're going to do one on forgiveness. Listen, guys, this is just me here, okay? I have a virtual assistant, and she's somewhere in Arizona. Can't keep up with her. And it's just me otherwise. So, yeah, people are like, well, you know, you need to do this, you need to do that. I'm like, it's on the calendar. It's on my list of things to do. But here's the other thing I do. I allow myself time to breathe. And I allow myself time to dream. And I allow myself time to just have fun. And when I finish with the readings today, I'm going to take my little happy self to the beach and have a seat on the sand. But I'm saying to you, all of you, anyone listening to this reading, whatever's coming up, it will make sense at some point in time. It may not make sense now, but whatever decision you make, it is the right one for you. And you're going to remember there is a solution to every single problem out there, because you're going to now start taking better care of yourself. Self-care is about being kind to yourself. It's about being in the energy of love for self. That isn't selfish. If you do not take care of yourself, who's going to take care of you? Who's going to take care of all your needs? All right? And remember that the healing part of this is to teach us how to be in our power. So that when we have those desert moments, that we realize the angels haven't forgot us. Our Creator hasn't forgot us. They're still working with us. Just maybe a little bit more behind the scenes than we're used to or ready for. Okay, so don't forget, everything you need to know about me is in the description box below. If you're new, please subscribe and hit the bell so that you get email notifications. If you are returning, thank you. And you don't have to stop and Google, because on this channel we say, when you're not sure which angel to call on, we say, get the flock in here. Angels, get the flock in here and allow them to work magic and miracles in your life. Okay, that's it for today. My name is Carolyn. Thank you for joining us here on Wisdom from the Angels. Come on back tomorrow and see what the message might be. All right, take care.